Southern Indiana versus Butler. The curtain rises on a fresh season at Hinkle Fieldhouse, where Butler opens its campaign against Southern Indiana in a matchup that pits Big East muscle against Ohio Valley ambition. The Bulldogs enter as heavy favorites, an overwhelming edge on paper, looking to establish dominance early in front of their home crowd. For Southern Indiana, this is more than just a game. It's a proving ground for a program trying to carve respect against a powerhouse opponent. The energy will be thick, the stakes immediate, and every possession will test the Screaming Eagles' poise against Butler's polished execution. Butler brings balance and control. Last season, the Bulldogs averaged 73.8 points per game, built on 45.6% shooting and 36.6% from beyond the arc. They shared the ball efficiently with 13.5 assists per game and maintained rebounding structure at 35 boards per night. Leading scorer Jamal Telfort, 16.0 PPG, 47.1% FG, 38.1% 3PT, headlines an offense that thrives on spacing and drive kick tempo. His running mate Pierre Brooks II, 15.2 PPG, 5.1 RPG, brings strength from the perimeter, while Andre Screen, 5.9 RPG, 1.3 BPG, anchors the paint with defensive precision. By contrast, Southern Indiana managed 71.5 points per game on 42.8% shooting, but struggled from deep at 35.1%. Guard Damoni Harrison, 15.1 PPG, 43.1% FG, and forward Stephen Olawoniyi, 15.0 PPG, 6.8 RPG, lead the charge, combining inside-out scoring with hustle and intensity. Yet turnovers and defensive lapses plagued the Eagles late last year, and facing Butler's structured sets will push their composure to the limit. The defining theme: Butler's disciplined defense versus Southern Indiana's effort-driven offense. Recent form tells the story. Southern Indiana has dropped 4 of its last 5, showing late-game fatigue and erratic shooting in tight losses to UT Martin and Tennessee State. Butler, meanwhile, closed last season strong. A win over Utah and close battles with Providence and Creighton proved their resilience. The Bulldogs' balanced scoring and steady defense provide stability, while the Eagles' 74-69 loss to Tennessee State exposed transition lapses and rebounding issues they can't afford tonight. At the center of this matchup is a compelling duel between Damoni Harrison and Jamal Telfort. Harrison thrives as a creator, attacking off the dribble and converting 78.6% from the line. Telfort counters with greater efficiency, cleaner mechanics, smarter shot selection, and steadier two-way play. He controls the tempo, leading Butler in scoring and assists, 3.4 per game. The matchup centers on pace. Can Harrison match Telfort's rhythm without forcing plays? Meanwhile, Olawoniyi's battle with Screen on the boards could swing momentum in the paint. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Butler winner tactically. Butler's spacing and pace should dictate terms. Expect crisp half-court execution, leveraging Telfort's playmaking to stretch Southern Indiana's defense. The Bulldogs' ball control and low turnover rate will test an Eagles defense that struggles in rotations. Southern Indiana thrives on hustle and fast breaks, but must rely on Randall's 37.5% perimeter shooting to counter Butler's size and switching defense. Rebounding will be pivotal, with Screen and Brooks battling Olawoniyi inside. Butler's depth and discipline give them the edge, while Southern Indiana must stay composed under relentless defensive pressure. In the end, Butler's balance, efficiency, and home court poise should carry the day. Expect a statement performance, crisp offense, steady defense, and consistent energy. Southern Indiana will compete, but Butler's tactical precision and shooting edge should seal the win. Final prediction: Butler 84, Southern Indiana 62. A convincing start for Butler, confident, cohesive, and commanding from wire to wire. Alabama A&M versus Indiana. The lights come on at Simon Skjodt Assembly Hall, and the stage feels set for a statement opener. Indiana launches its new campaign at home, carrying the weight of Big Ten expectations, while Alabama A&M steps in as a one-win outsider with everything to prove. The numbers suggest a steep climb. The Hoosiers enter as heavy favorites with near total win probability, but that's the intrigue of early season basketball. One team defending pride, the other hunting belief. Indiana looks to ignite a season of redemption, and Alabama A&M hopes to spark an upset that would echo through November. Indiana's identity leans on balance and efficiency. The Hoosiers averaged 74.7 points last season while shooting 45.8% from the field and 70.6% at the line, powered by front-court steadiness and selfless guard play. They owned a +10 rebounding differential per game, collecting 36.4 boards and 15.9 assists, with turnovers kept manageable at 11.6. Alabama A&M, meanwhile, generated just 73 points per night, but hit only 40.4% of its shots, a clear signal of offensive inconsistency. From deep, Indiana holds a solid 32.1% mark compared to A&M's 31.8%, though the Bulldogs struggled from the stripe at 66.4%. AC Bryant, 14.0 PPG, 47.9% FG, 40.8% from three. Headlines A&M scoring, while Chad Moody, 10.8 PPG, 6.0 RPG, 1.8 BPG anchors the paint. For Indiana, Malik Renault, 13.3 PPG, 5.5 RPG, 55.2% FG, and Umar Ballo, 13.1 PPG, 9.1 RPG, 1.3 BPG drive, an interior attack built on power and precision. The defining matchup theme: Indiana's interior dominance versus Alabama A&M's perimeter-dependent offense. Momentum leans one way. Alabama A&M's recent slate shows 4 losses in its last 5, 73-56, 71-57, 67-51, and 94-52, with defense faltering down the stretch. Indiana, conversely, has shown late-season rhythm with 4 wins in 5, including a strong close over Penn State, 83-78, and a dominant defensive showing against Oregon State, 60-60. That contrast in form, one team tightening, the other unraveling, sets the emotional tone. The Hoosiers are tuned to sharpen execution, while the Bulldogs arrive searching for rhythm. At the heart of it, the player duel could steal the spotlight. Renault's polished touch and Ballo's rebounding engine form a devastating tandem against a Bulldogs lineup led by Bryant's shot creation. Bryant thrives on mid-range rhythm and spacing, but Indiana's size presents a challenge. Trey Galloway, 9.0 PPG, 4.7 APG, orchestrates Indiana's backcourt with patience, while Darius Ford, 6.6 PPG, 2.4 APG, looks to steady A&M's tempo. Expect contrast: Indiana's controlled half-court flow versus A&M's need for quick strike energy. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Indiana winner. Tactically, Indiana holds every advantage. The Hoosiers' rebounding edge, passing balance, and efficient shot selection form a structure that punishes defensive lapses. Alabama A&M must hit perimeter shots early to stay within reach, especially from Bryant and Downey, and avoid turnovers that trigger Indiana's transition rhythm. The Bulldogs' bench has effort but limited scoring depth, while Indiana's second unit carries both athleticism and defensive versatility. Indiana's defensive switching and rim protection should suffocate drives, forcing A&M into contested jumpers and rushed late-clock heaves. With disciplined spacing, interior strength, and tempo control, the Hoosiers are built to dictate pace from the opening tip, leaving little margin for the Bulldogs to exploit mismatches or swing momentum. Prediction: Indiana 87, Alabama A&M 54. The Hoosiers' discipline and front-court control prove overwhelming, setting the tone for a team aiming to rise in the Big Ten race. For Alabama A&M, this becomes a learning night, a chance to measure heart against one of the nation's most balanced lineups. Indiana commands the floor, the glass, and the game. South Dakota Coyotes versus Creighton Blue Jays. The stage is set in Omaha, where number 23 Creighton welcomes South Dakota in a matchup that looks, on paper, like a colossal mismatch, but still carries intrigue for both sides. Creighton enters its home opener coming off a 20-win campaign and a postseason push that reaffirmed its Big East pedigree, while South Dakota arrives searching for a spark after an 0-1 start and a tough showing away from home. The stakes are simple. The Blue Jays want to set an early season tone and validate their ranking, while the Coyotes are after a statement performance that could redefine their season's confidence. With a near-total win probability edge favoring Creighton, the question becomes not if the Blue Jays will control the night, but how convincingly they'll do it. Creighton's numbers from last season tell the story of a program built on precision and poise. The Blue Jays averaged 77.1 points per game on 47.5% shooting from the field, connecting on 33.5% from deep and a steady 73.3% at the line. They shared the ball effectively with 17.1 assists per night while holding opponents with size and structure, anchored by Ryan Kalkbrenner's 19.2 points, 8.7 rebounds, and 2.7 blocks per game on a blistering 65.3% shooting clip. Stephen Ashworth added playmaking balance with 16.4 points and 6.8 assists, while Pop Isaacs and Jamia Neal brought perimeter volume and defensive energy. By contrast, South Dakota managed 85.2 points as a team total across the season, but struggled with efficiency, shooting just 45.0% overall, 32.1% from three, and 71.4% from the line. Chase Fort, 17.9 ppg, and Paul Bruns, 9.5 ppg, 4.6 rpg, provide the Coyotes' scoring spine, but depth consistency and defensive lapses, just 0.7 blocks and 1.9 steals per forte, have been costly. This is a clear strength versus weakness clash. Creighton's balance and discipline against South Dakota's effort and athletic inconsistency. Momentum favors the Blue Jays, who ended last year winning 3 of their last 5, including a thriller over DePaul in double overtime. South Dakota, meanwhile, dropped its last game 100-75 against Omaha, signaling lingering defensive issues. Creighton's recent stretch shows refined late-game control and improved ball movement, while South Dakota has leaned on bursts of perimeter scoring but struggled to maintain structure against physical front courts. The headline dual centers on Kalkbrenner and Fort, 2 scorers with vastly different toolkits. Kalkbrenner's efficiency around the rim, rebounding dominance, and rim protection define Creighton's identity. Fort, a crafty guard with 32.3% three-point accuracy and nearly 2 steals per game, brings speed and creativity, but faces a defensive interior unlike anything in the Summit League. Ashworth's command at the point adds another layer, blending tempo control with outside shooting that punishes mismatches. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Creighton winner. Tactically, Creighton's interior advantage and spacing discipline will test South Dakota's smaller rotation. Expect the Blue Jays to attack the paint early, using inside-out rhythm to create open looks for shooters. Defensively, Creighton's switching and shot blocking will compress driving lanes, forcing the Coyotes into jump shots. South Dakota must find rhythm in transition and protect possessions. Their turnover margin could decide whether this stays competitive beyond halftime. In the end, Creighton's depth, efficiency, and defensive reliability stand too tall. The Blue Jays should dominate rebounds and control tempo, breaking the game open behind Kalkbrenner's two-way mastery and Ashworth's perimeter balance. Expect Creighton to cruise, 87-62, a commanding home statement to start their season, and a reminder of why they're one of the most complete teams in the Big East. Texas A&M San Antonio versus Texas State. The lights come up in San Marcos, and all eyes turn toward Strawn Arena, where the Texas State Bobcats open their home slate against the visiting Texas A&M San Antonio Jaguars. For the Bobcats, it's not just an early season non-conference test, it's a statement game after a narrow loss to Old Dominion to start the campaign. Texas A&M-SA enters searching for footing after 3 straight lopsided defeats, and the matchup predictor gives the Bobcats overwhelming control. A near-total 99% edge heading into tip-off. This one's about momentum, tone, and proof. Texas State trying to reassert itself as a Sun Belt contender, and the Jaguars fighting to show they can hang against Division I pace and physicality. Texas State's profile is built around balance and structure. The Bobcats average 16.4 points from forward Tyler Pope, who anchors their offense with steady efficiency, 53.8% from the field, 39.4% from deep, and 80.4% at the line. His 7.0 rebounds per game also lead the team, while guard Caden Gums, 4.0 assists, 1.5 steals, sets the tempo and provides defensive bite on the perimeter. The team's collective numbers tell the story of a disciplined unit: 46.4% field goal shooting, 36.7% from 3, and 75.6% from the stripe. They average 37 boards, 14.5 assists, and 7.1 made threes per game, an offense that flows through inside-out balance and ball movement, with Pope's versatility and Gums' orchestration shaping the rhythm. For Texas A&M San Antonio, the numbers paint a different picture. The Jaguars have struggled offensively, scoring just 53 points in their most recent outing while shooting 38.1% from the floor and 38% from 3. Xavier Brown showed flashes with 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, while Desmond Dudley chipped in 8. But the stat sheet reveals a team still finding structure: 27 rebounds, 7 assists, and 20 turnovers in that loss, underscoring spacing issues and ball handling inconsistency. Their defensive intensity is respectable, with energy on the glass, yet efficiency and composure remain major gaps against higher-level opposition. Recent form amplifies the contrast. Texas State has been battle-tested, taking Old Dominion and James Madison to deep stretches while showing strong offensive spurts in games that stretched into overtime. Their shooting rhythm, particularly in late possessions, suggests growing cohesion. The Jaguars, meanwhile, are enduring blowouts, losses by 43, 37, and 34, a reflection of both their youth and transition pace being overrun by more experienced backcourts. Momentum clearly leans toward the Bobcats, who return home eager to translate control into results. The key battle centers on Tyler Pope versus the Jaguars' front court. Pope's efficiency and rebounding test an undersized defense vulnerable in the paint. With support from Joshua O'Garo and Terrell Morgan, Pope's physicality and pick and roll sets the tone. On the perimeter, Gums' playmaking against Brown's defense will shape the tempo, while Texas A&M-SA must stay poised to limit turnovers and withstand the Bobcats' mid-tempo pressure. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Texas State winner, tactically. The Bobcats hold the edge with better shooting, rebounding, and spacing. They'll target the Jaguars' perimeter gaps through drive and kick plays and second-chance points. Texas State's disciplined defense limits fouls, while its deeper bench can maintain momentum. For the Jaguars to stay close, they must force turnovers and slow the tempo, though their offensive inconsistency hinders long runs. Prediction: Texas State 87, Texas A&M San Antonio 52. The Bobcats dominate the paint, dictate tempo, and convert efficiently from all levels. Expect a wire-to-wire showcase that reinforces Texas State's home court identity and signals their readiness to climb the Sun Belt ladder, the kind of performance that sets tone for the season ahead. Eastern Washington versus Loyola Marymount. Loyola Marymount steps onto its home floor with confidence after a dominant 20-point showing, while Eastern Washington searches for its first win after a tough opener. The Lions, now 1-0 and carrying an 85% matchup edge, host an Eagles squad that's 0-1 overall and 0-1 away, a team still trying to rediscover its defensive identity. For LMU, this is an early chance to build rhythm in the West Coast hierarchy, while Eastern Washington looks to steady its Big Sky footing after a rough start. Statistically, these programs bring contrasting profiles. Eastern Washington averaged 71.3 points last season, with solid distribution but inconsistent efficiency, hitting just 45.6% from the field and 32.5% from deep. Loyola Marymount matched that scoring pace, 71.2 points per game, but leaned on higher percentage execution. 44% shooting overall, with 33.4% from three and a reliable 72.4% at the stripe. The Eagles' top threats: Andrew Cook, 15.8 ppg, 54.4% FG, 88.1% FT, and Emmett Marquardt, 8.9 ppg, 4.4 RPG, drive an inside-out rhythm built on tempo and ball sharing through Nick McLean's 3.8 assists per game. The Lions counter with front-court balance: Caleb Stone Carrawell, 13.4 ppg, 48% FG, and Jevon Porter, 7.2 RPG, 1.1 BPG, anchor an efficient, rebounding-heavy unit that plays through physical spacing and inside creation. The defining stylistic battle: Eastern Washington's perimeter volume against LMU's disciplined interior defense and second-chance control. Recent form suggests momentum favors Loyola. The Lions have gone 3-2 in their last 5, highlighted by a statement 100-74 rout and an 83-82 thriller. They're trending up offensively, finding rhythm from deep and thriving in transition. Eastern Washington, meanwhile, has dropped 5 straight dating back to last season, including close losses where late-game shot selection and rebounding gaps proved costly. Their 68-72 and 68-84 defeats illustrate effort without execution, a team searching for consistency rather than lacking fight. Individually, the duel to watch lies between Andrew Cook and Caleb Stone Carrawell, 2 composed, high IQ scorers who define their team's identity. Cook's polished mid-range game and free-throw consistency make him the stabilizer for the Eagles, while Stone Carrawell's all-around impact, paired with Porter's inside force, gives Loyola a dual-threat combination that stretches the floor and punishes mismatches. McLean's court vision will be tested against Will Johnston's 3.2 assists per game pace, a battle of tempo versus structure. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Loyola Marymount winner. Tactically, Eastern Washington must limit turnovers and push pace to keep LMU from dictating the half-court. The Eagles' 12.5 turnovers per game risk fueling LMU's breakouts, where their guards excel at spacing and swing passes to open shooters. Rebounding control will be key. Marquardt must hold his ground against Porter's strength inside. LMU's bench depth and late-game execution give them another edge. Their ability to balance inside scoring with perimeter patience makes them difficult to rattle. For Eastern Washington, the challenge lies in maintaining composure through defensive pressure while generating consistent shot quality in transition. If their backcourt can dictate tempo, involve secondary scorers, and attack mismatches early, they can disrupt LMU's rhythm and shift momentum toward a faster, more free-flowing game style. Prediction: Loyola Marymount 78, Eastern Washington 64. The Lions' interior dominance, efficient shooting, and superior rebounding balance should carry them comfortably. Eastern Washington's fight will show in stretches, but LMU's discipline and home court poise will prove decisive. a performance that cements their early season momentum and keeps the Eagles searching for their breakthrough.